I get asked all the time why so many recruits are quitting the academy and what we as an agency are going to do about it. They're quitting because it's hard and they're not prepared. It's hard both mentally and physically. It's hard for a reason, because the job is going to be hard. And what are we going to do about so many people quitting the academy? I'll tell you exactly what we're going to do about it. Nothing. Nothing. We're going to embrace the fact that it's difficult, and it's going to remain difficult. Being a Missouri State Trooper is not for everyone, and only the best get to walk across this stage and receive a diploma. Every task you perform while at the academy is for a reason. It's to prepare you for what you are about to experience. During your career, you will experience challenges, obstacles, moments of immense stress. You will face tremendous danger, heartache, and profound loss. You will be pushed to your limit, and lives will depend on your ability to overcome these obstacles. The best way to prepare you for success in those situations is to train you, test you, and make sure you earn it. The academy is hard for a reason, and we will never lower our standards to fill positions. You will have to rely on your training, your instincts, and your support network to navigate these challenges. But for every challenge, there will be moments of profound reward. Seeing the look on the face of a victim that you've helped, providing comfort to a family in need, or making a difference in someone's life. Trust me when I tell you that it's worth it.
Becoming a Missouri State Trooper is more than just a job, it's a calling. And we are looking for people with certain characteristics, because we can teach them tactics and policies and procedures, but we can't teach character. They have to have that in them when we get them. So our hiring process is very lengthy. They have to get through an 8-phase process and could take from 9 months to a year from the time they apply until the time they get into our academy. And we have hundreds of people that don't make it through our process, but the few that are selected, we start building relationships with them while they're going through our hiring process, just putting them through tough workouts and mock interviews, and really just kind of mentoring them through that process to hopefully build up some resilience, both physically and mentally and emotionally, because we've seen the more prepared they are, the more successful they are at getting through our training. So once we get them through that process, we turn them over to the training division, and they start the academy at that point. Our academy is extremely difficult. We know that. It's difficult for a reason, and it's one of the toughest academies in the country, honestly. It is very rewarding watching these applicants become recruits and then walk across that stage as troopers. It's probably my favorite part of the job.
So today we had one of our applicant workouts that we have regularly, a couple times a month, once a month. It's just an opportunity for applicants to come in and go through a workout similar to what they're going to go through in the academy to get that experience. Today was kind of last hurrah for the 126 class that starts on Monday, and we integrated them with 127th and 128 applicants, got them all together for just one last workout before we send them off for Monday.
I'm ready for this because over the last 8-9 months since I applied, I've been training physically for the physical aspect of the academy, but also mentally, looking at myself as living my life as to what a trooper would live his or her life. Try to prepare myself for the day-to-day as the academy.
It's really hard to really make them understand what it's going to be like, because we can't actually mimic what that mental side of the academy is. So we bring them in just to give them a hard workout and let them know that these are the kind of things they're going to have to go through. They're going to be pushed to their limits, and it's important to work through it.
It is me versus me. Because when it comes down to it, at the end, that's what it is. That hill, you want to stop everything your body's telling you to stop, but it's in your head. You just got to tell yourself that you can't.
It's a way for them, it's an eye-opener. So they see how hard it is, but it's still not quite what it is they're going to see when they go to the academy. That's just something that they got to work through on their own when they actually get there.
Where I learned toughness was on the football field. The hardest thing that we did was practice. The easiest thing we did was football games, because practice was the hardest part. That was the intensity. That was the pressure. That was where we had a focus. So I've learned that the hard way is when it comes to stress, you just got to slow it down, take a deep breath, and stress goes away.
I was here in a previous class, so I know that it's about to be rough. So I'm just going to do my best and get through it.
Missouri is one of the best states and one of the premier law enforcement, so I figured I'd join.
It's been something I'm passionate about ever since I was a little kid, and I always had the mindset, if you're going to do something, you might as well be the best.
Feeling very committed. Shaved my head, got dropped off. If I have to leave, it's a 35-mile walk home.
What do you think today's going to look like?
I think it might be a little hectic, but I think it'll show who the true strong ones are and that deserve to be troopers.
I want to be there for somebody on the worst day of their life. I love to help people. I've worked at a nursing home since I was 16, and I've always found a passion in helping people. The Missouri State Highway Patrol is such a great organization, and I love the standard that they hold all their employees to, and I think that's really important.
We're going to have you guys give us a little bit of information about yourselves.
Before the stress of training begins, the Academy staff likes to learn a little bit about the incoming recruits. We also use this as an opportunity for the recruits to do some public speaking. As a trooper, it's pretty common to give presentations to schools, community groups, or other organizations, and you need to be comfortable speaking in front of large groups. So we have the recruits come to the front of the classroom, talk about who they are, where they're from, what they did before they got here, and why they chose to join the Missouri State Highway Patrol.
And my why is to protect those who can't protect themselves, help the less fortunate, and protect the vulnerable.
I chose a patrol because I'm committed to being the best version of myself, and I think that comes with being around like-minded people and serving a meaningful career.
And I chose the patrol because I just wanted to challenge myself and just be part of that high standard that the Missouri State Highway Patrol has.
I chose the patrol. I knew I wanted to be in law enforcement, and the patrol sticks out, since it is a state agency, as being a little bit more demanding than a city or a county. And that's not to say they don't have a hard job like we do, or even harder in some cases, but we have such a high standard, and I want to be part of that.
I came from an elite unit. I want to be part of another elite unit with brothers and sisters. There's a lot of good people that are going to have a real bad day. I want to be there to help them out, and there's also a lot of bad people that need help too, and I want to be able to be one of the people to bring them to justice.
The very first class the recruits have covers the Academy's rules and regulations. This is when they find out what's expected of them over the next 26 weeks of training, and is also when the indoctrination to the patrol begins. The recruits transition from their civilian lives and learn that they will conform to the Missouri State Highway Patrol. The Missouri State Highway Patrol will not conform to them.
Back in the corner, back, toes on the line. There you go. Toes off the line. Once we get them in height order, we're able to separate them or split them up into evenly spaced squads. That allows us to quickly identify groups of individuals when we do different types of station type training, to where we can just say squads 1, 2, 3, and 4 go here. It then also helps in aiding with lining up in formation, because that's usually the way we start any type of morning PT. That way everything is organized, people aren't wondering where they need to go. They have pretty precise set locations that they will stand.
People often notice that our recruit training is much like the military recruit training. And they do share a lot of similarities, whether it's the uniforms, formations discipline, the physical training, or even the stressful scenarios. The fact is, it's all intentional. And that's because both professions ask people to perform in environments that can become chaotic, dangerous, and emotionally charged in a split second.
Everything stops. You answer his question. That's any of us, especially with our command staff.
Why do the instructors care so much about the things like polished boots or a straight gig line, or whether or not the collar brass is placed exactly right? To somebody on the outside, it can seem overly strict or even unnecessary. but really it's not about the brass at all. Those standards are used to teach attention to detail, discipline, and consistency. In both military and law enforcement, small mistakes can become big problems if people develop careless habits or they become complacent. Training starts with the little things because it builds the mindset that details matter.
Hat, tie, collar brass, name tag, all of this stuff is right there in that pile. Go!
At the Academy, we like to focus on attention to detail. One of the major aspects that we start with when talking about attention to detail is the uniform. The collar brass, the name tag, the creases in the uniform all need to be precise. The uniforms need to look like this daily, which will allow us to also inoculate them with some stress using the uniforms.
Hey, we can't eat until you guys get this squared away. I already told these guys, you're not going to be able to eat until this gets squared away.
We show them exactly what the uniform should look like and then give them a period of time to return to their dorm rooms and come back with a uniform that looks just like it was described.
We told you to get dressed.
Sir, yes, sir. Oh, that's enough.
Are you dressed?
Looks just like.
Why is your duty stuff not on? Why is it? You don't have anything on. Your belt.
Sorry, sir.
One of the arguments is that using a uniform to inoculate stress isn't really real life. It doesn't pertain to the occupation, but it's bigger than the uniform. If you take care of the little things and make sure all of those are prepared for later, there's less things that tend to stress you out because you're prepared. To be successful in this career, you must make preparations for the next day, the next hour, the next minute, whatever may come your way. Have a plan, be prepared. And it starts with preparing your uniform.
Sir, I forgot my tie inside, sir.
I forgot his tie too.
And you're just going to carry a water bottle wherever, and you get this? No, yeah, we'll just carry all that. So, do you want to maybe knock on the door and say, hey, it's recruitment?
Your belts need to be set up.
Can you let me in?
If you're outside
It's recruit damage, can you let me in? Forgot his keys. Let's go!
Okay, so when I think about the importance of stress inoculation, I actually think about a quote from Mike Tyson, who once said, "Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face." And that's not really a quote about boxing, it's actually more of a quote about human performance. Stress and pressure have a way of changing how people think, decide, and perform. And that's why stress inoculation is pretty critical in the academy. A demanding academy gives recruits repeated exposures to pressure and adversity in a lower risk environment so that they can actually learn from those stressors, adapt to them, and grow through them. Out on the road or in the field is actually a terrible place for a new trooper to first learn how to function under that stress. So the goal is to produce troopers who can actually perform optimally under pressure when the consequences are very real.
This is your emergency broadcast.
When most people think of a fire drill, they think of a routine evacuation. Here, it's a little bit different. For our recruits, this is about learning how to respond when stress hits unexpectedly. 1 minute, everything is normal. The next, alarms are going off, people are yelling, and they have to figure out what's going on. And that may sound simple, but it mirrors what we deal with on the road. Calls don't come with warnings or time to mentally prepare. The Academy uses drills like this to introduce controlled stress in a safe environment. Recruits have to stay calm, communicate, follow instructions, and work together while their adrenaline is up. Training through these moments helps prepare recruits to perform professionally when it's real.
Sound off!
One. Do it! We just went over there.
We just told you what the first word is!
The first and last words out of your mouth.
That's
Will be
not
said
what I
or
said! Start!
One.
No! Oh my God!
Everything starts and ends with sir.
I'm not really concerned
Sir, 33, sir.
Sir, 33, 34.
Start all over.
Sir, 33, sir.
Sir, 34, sir.
Sir, 35, sir.
Sir, 36.
Oh
my God.
Are you kidding? God.
In that moment, I was thinking, they can't eat us, but we are stressed out. What can happen next? Didn't know if it was going to be lots of push-ups, sit-ups, running. The unknown was not known at that moment. It was just one of those stressful moments where the simplest things became the hardest thing, and not knowing what was going to happen next was pretty difficult.
Nobody enjoys the chaos of these drills in the moment, but the goal is simple. When the real call comes, they won't be experiencing that pressure for the first time.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, get out of here.
Go!
Once dismissed from fire drill, the recruits head directly to equipment issue.
Oh, equipment issue.
Hurry up! Let's go!